Hello, ladies. And a couple of men's in the back. Hi. Thank you for showing up. I know you have a lot of choices, including taking a nap after lunch. But thank you for showing up. I'm super excited to talk about artificial intelligence and how you can use it as your secret success superpower. Now, I'm not here to help you get better at AI. I'm here to help you understand how AI can make you better. And what you're gonna do is we're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna see even more. You will get all the slides. You're more than welcome to take a picture. Just let me know so I can go over and be like. You'll get a QR code at the end, so any resources, any data, I'm gonna highlight some industry data so you can take it with you. You can build business cases. You can do all the stuff with it. And you can use AI to make it way more simple. You don't have to read it. And then I'm gonna talk about the AI impact, spill all the AI tea. My goal is that you have enough to be dangerous and have confidence in the conversations that you have about AI. Also, there's a little hands-on section, Wi-Fi, mobile hotspots, not really working. But in the slides, there are instructions and little videos of how you can do all the things so you can do that later. Don't worry about it. Also, we'll go through real-world AI use cases, but it's kind of gonna be like speed dating. And we'll talk about how you can use AI in your life, not just at work. And we will have time for a Q&A. My name is Bethanie Nonami, and I've spent my entire life in technology. I started my first computer programming class at the age of 9, where I was the only girl, the only woman of color, and I programmed a happy birthday banner on a dot matrix printer. Does anybody remember a dot matrix printer? Look! So keep your hands up, ladies. For everybody who's looking for a mentor, you need to hook up with these women because they know a lot about a lot. So I've been in technology for a long time. I started getting paid when I was 17. When I was 15, my mom found out she was diagnosed with a lung disease, and I figured I need to step my game up from babysitting into something else. So I got a job at the mall, working in the stationery department, because I asked HR, what department can I make the most money in? And she's like, well, you can go to fine jewelry, but you're young, and you're probably gonna steal stuff, so we won't put you there. And then we'll go ahead and put you in stationery. So I could sell 1 Mont Blanc pen a week and make more than the shoe people. And shoe people hustled. Then I got a job at Domino's Pizza, so I would work the dinner shift on Friday and Saturday. And these guys would let me drive their car, so I would hustle guys out of money and drag race after midnight, but my mom didn't know because Domino's closed at 2 a.m. After that, I was recruited for a technology company in my senior year of high school, so I would go to high school in full-on pantyhose, heels, ride the metro, catch the bus, be at work by 10 a.m., and I worked for a company called MCI in the Office of General Counsel. We were getting sued a lot. We were scanning documents and putting them on these brand new things called compact discs. So I've been doing this a long time. I'm an internationally certified artificial intelligence consultant. I love to help people understand how they can leverage AI, how they can implement it, how they can make their lives easier, and get more done at work in less time, and look like a rock star in the meantime. Nobody knows. You're good. So what we're gonna talk about is, oh, by the way, that headshot is AI. This is what I was going for. I was like, I want to do this power move. That's what I got. What is this? What is that? No. I was like, move the hands, cross the leg. I was like, all right, that's better. My hair's never been that long. I've never been in that place. I don't have that suit. I did not create this image. I gave it my face, and not a finished face. It was like pictures like this, side pictures, top pictures on and I do not know how to take selfies, so half my pictures I look like this. But we're gonna talk about how you can do some really fun things with AI, but also how you can get things done. So who's ready? You ready? Say, I'm ready. Ready. Tell your neighbor, I'm ready. Ready. All right. So what is AI going to impact? You, your team, your industry, your organization. It's going to impact everything. It will impact every level within the organization differently. So if you're an executive, it may give you the ability to pull in data, get insights faster, make better decisions. If you go down the line of leadership and down into management in the field, it's going to impact them differently. It will impact every single role in this room. And you hear this saying like, AI is not going to replace you, but somebody that knows AI will, is true. So this is not a skill. If you heard people on the main stage say, you have to learn this skill. But when I learned technology, I had to read like software books that were this thick, and the font was like 5. And you had to read a book to learn one thing. And don't have an error code because there was no internet. So you would have to call customer service and be like, okay, the screen is blue, and now it's black. So you had to learn things. We didn't have the internet, but artificial intelligence is going to do the same thing that the internet did. For those of us who remember life before the internet, we had to go, my daughter uses ChatGPT, and she gets sources, and Perplexity, and she gets sources. I was like, dude, we had to go and look up encyclopedias. And she's like, what? We remember what life was like without the internet, but people with the internet have no idea what it was like. And then we had smartphones. Now we can't imagine life without smartphones. AI, we're not going to be able to imagine life without AI. So let's talk about some of the things that you know will be improved: productivity, learn new skills, communicate, that's all great. Then it will change all of these different things at work. Now, every single department is going to have an opportunity to transform, including super boring ones like finance and legal, no offense, but y'all don't really innovate often. Everything will be impacted by AI. But let's talk about what you care about, which is money. We've seen salary increases from 10 to 72% in the last year. So on average, every single department demands an increase of 30 to 40%. When's the last time you got a 30% raise? Ever? It doesn't matter your skill. It doesn't matter your credentials. It doesn't matter what degrees you have or what degrees you don't have. When my mom got sick in high school, by the time I graduated high school, she was on full-time disability. And what I was doing while I was working at this technology company, 17 years in high school with my heels and my pantyhose, is learning every single thing that I could learn. Now, I'm sure I wasn't supposed to work 24-hour shifts, but you bet I did, and I learned everything. Any software, I would learn it. Anything, I would learn it. When I finished high school, my mom was on full-time disability. I was offered a job to be a supervisor at $36,000. My mom retired making $35,000 as a secretary. I'm 17, y'all. I got an apartment. I'm going to be fly and do all these things. Last year, I got a call from a recruiter for a large media company that was looking for a chief AI officer. The base was $933. I have 0 degree. I should have took it, right? But I'm here with you, yay. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. I'm happy to be here, I'm just kidding. And then who heard Glenda that said, most of the positions I had, I created for myself. There are 90 million possible positions that will be created because of AI. So you can take what you love with AI and create a niche for yourself that no one else is uniquely qualified to do. And it doesn't matter what you do. Anyone can add AI to what you do. Okay, so where is AI used? Everywhere, all the time. How many people have used AI? Look at that. How many people have used spell check? That's AI. Clippy isn't. Clip art. Remember the little paper clip? That wasn't AI. That was just annoying. So let's talk about what you need to understand. So this is the basic level of AI. Everyone's used a chatbot. Everybody has said, do you have this in black? Is it in a large? Can I get it by Friday? I'm having an issue. Can I talk to technical support? Why do I have this bill? Everyone has used that. So you've used chatbots, whether you realize it or not. Everyone has used spell check. And like Carrie said earlier, AI's been around since the 50s. This is not new. It's just new to us, most of us. Siri and Alexa, even though we fight them, most of us have used them. Now, what I need you to know is LLM, large language model. What ChatGPT and some of these other things are, or is just a lot of information in one place. So you can ask a question. It's like encyclopedias, all in one place. You can ask a question, and it's like, oh, here's an answer. Here's a potential answer. It's just a brain with a lot of stuff in it. But it's going to be important, so remember that later. AI agents. AI agents are taking multiple step tasks that would have this problem, this answer goes here, this answer goes here. Ask this question, this answer goes here, this answer goes here. So if you're asking a series of questions, it's like a decision tree, but it's an automated decision tree. As long as you have the logic and it's objective, not subjective, well, it would be this, but sometimes it's this, and then sometimes it's this, and oh, I forgot about that, then that's not a good fit for an agent. Now, custom LLMs is where the power really happens. So if you think of your sales team has a set of knowledge. How do I handle sales calls? How do I handle objections? How do we talk about competitors? How much can we discount? Where do I need a manager? That's the sales brain. So your sales team can have a custom LLM that supports everyone. So onboarding is faster, closing deals are faster, getting things to market is faster. Now, the sales brain is different than the HR brain. The HR LLM might be, how do I file a Family Medical Leave Act? What do I do when my benefits change? What if I have a life change? What do I do with an employee that I just gave a raise to and they're acting brand new? I thought you wanted a raise, you got the raise, what's all this? You can use things like LLMs to answer questions within your own organization faster. Does that make sense? If you're here, say, I'm here. Here. Okay. Autonomous AI, that's the scary stuff. That's the, you need some direction. I want to start the car, robot Tesla, start car. Car's supposed to drive, but right now it drives. So that's something that operates with very little human impact, human input, so it's autonomous. All right, so now we're gonna go into how we can personalize some things with ChatGPT. So if you're ready, say, I'm ready. Okay, I'm starting with ChatGPT because it's the broadest use and a great place to start. Now, I know some of your organizations are like, oh, no ChatGPT is bad. That's fine, put it on your phone. This is a disclaimer, I'm not giving you financial advice, legal advice, I'm not an HR specialist. The opinions are those of my own. Take them at your own risk. All right, so you can integrate ChatGPT into your life or into your work or into both. So when you go into ChatGPT, it's like, what would you like? Wellness, health, and you're like, an answer? Okay, so you gotta skip that part. All right, so there's different things you can do. Search and deep research. I use Perplexity personally for that because I think it's better at that so far, but these are somewhat new features. You can create images, summarize text, brainstorm, get advice, make a plan, do all these fun things. Now you can also connect it to different apps. You can upload documents. When you would upload documents is when you need to add more context. So I've got reports that I want you to look at. I have things I want you to analyze. I have a 100-page something abstract, and I just can't. So I'm gonna give it to you, and I just need you to summarize what I need you to summarize. And then you can also create images. They're a little weird, like black people had 4 hands and 17 fingers and a couple eyeballs over here. So it's getting better, but it's still weird. So I wouldn't use it. There's other softwares that you can use for images. Here's the AI ninja trick. You don't have to know AI to use AI. You can just tell her, 100% she's a woman. You can tell her what you need it to do, and ask what she needs from you. So I need you to give me this thing. What do you need from me? Well, I need this and this and this and this. Okay, well, I got 1 and 2, but I don't even know about 3 and 4. Is that enough? You give it what you need. A couple of years ago, you had to know how to prompt. You had to, like, I have to know how to do instructions, and the instructions need to be really good, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to type. I don't know why I'm doing this. But now, you can just ask, this is what I need, what do you need from me? So you don't even have to know how to use it. So this is not hard, I promise you. You can also just talk. So you don't have to type. You can literally, so I can walk my dog and I talk to chat like I'm talking to a person, which is normal now because people are like, and they're filming themselves, and I just can't do that, but that's okay. So you can use voice mode, and you start with a problem, and you literally have a back and forth conversation. Now, I've trained my chat so well that everything comes out in a table. That's just how I like tables. That's just how my brain works. I don't even have to tell her I want a table. They're just gonna automatically put it in a table for me. So, now, rambling, incohesive thoughts are welcome. It doesn't have to be the finished version of whatever you want to say. You turn on the mic and you start to talk. So I said, hey, we're going to Vegas. I want to eat dessert. And I ate well this week. This was a little bit, it wasn't this tight earlier this week. So it said, oh, you can have a 12-pound fortune cookie that's filled with chocolate or a 24-layer cake. I was like, I don't want to die. I just want dessert. So this is another important term, prompts. Prompts are instructions. That's it. And if you don't get what you want, it didn't have enough information to give you what you wanted. So oftentimes it goes back to the prompt. So here's the basic framework. You need to have a role. What role is AI playing for you? Is it a copywriter? Is it a researcher? Is it a data scientist? Is it an astronaut? Like, what do you want them to do for you? Then you have to say, what output do you want? Do you want a summary? Do you want analysis? Do you want a table? What do you want the output to be? And then you have to give it context. And if you don't know what the context is, then you just ask, what context do you need? Now, here's the better version of a more in-depth prompt. So you'll see what the context or the background is, what the goal and the purpose, what format it should be in, style and tone. It looks like a lot, but I just wanted you to have as much information as possible. So then this is what this looks, this is how it was gonna come in, but there's no music, so I couldn't do that. And it's a long way to like skip all the way down here. So I'm preparing for LinkedIn Live. The goal is to educate. I need a 3-minute opening. The tone should be engaging. Please include a powerful hook. Done. If you do that and you just follow that framework, a lot of times you'll get what you want. Okay, so now personalizing. Has anybody trained ChatGPT? Okay, good. It's more than normal. So, because we're incredibly powerful, bright women, of course that you train more than that. So this is important, that you can train chat to always sound like you. So how you do this is the desktop version of where you find it. It's in a different place on mobile, so you go here, you go here, you go there. Now what it's telling you is what traits should chat have for me? So with his persona, empathetic, dynamic speaker, innovative thought leader, when responding as Bethany, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then sometimes I modify it as things happen. Do not use the word unlock, transform, unleash. Unlock, transform, like, oh my God. Edit that. So then, this is how you train it on your tone and style. It should be written, but it doesn't have to be like a formal document that you've written. Give it emails, give it text, give it just how you talk. How do you respond to things? You're teaching it how you think. Now, you can also do nothing and literally just turn it on and talk. And if you don't know, just ask. Now, you can also say, I want you to help me create custom instructions. What do you need? And you copy and paste that. You can upload PDFs, or you just talk. And then you watch the magic happen. Now, you can also, in the Pro account, that's $20 a month. In the Pro account, you can create your own custom LLM of you. So it's a brain about you. It sounds scary, but it's really cool. Now, you can also learn and have memory on what you like. So when you go into personalization, you want to turn custom instructions on, and you want to turn memory on. So in ChatGPT, black is on and gray is off. So that's how you want the settings to look. It's always learning and always improving, always. So when it gives you an output and you don't like it, don't copy and paste it and put it somewhere else and fix it there. Fix it in chat. You want to say it's too formal, it's too casual, make it shorter, make it longer, and then get it to the point that you like it, then say, this is how I want you to talk like me from now on. And it updates the memory automatically. So if you're optimizing it, you optimize it in chat, not out. Are you with me? You're here? Okay. Now, data. This is always like, well, my data's not private and everybody's gonna see it. Well, yeah, if you get the free one, then you're training their model. But if you get the $20 a month plan, you can turn data control off. So you say, I do not want you to use my data to improve your stuff. Keep my data private. And there's other ways, there's these technical things called APIs, and you can like use the engine and all these other, like, oh, it's all this stuff. It's gonna make your head hurt, it's too late. So, now there's also tasks. Task is in the paid account. And a task is, give me a summary of all the latest DEI laws that are at risk at 8 p.m. I turn that one off, because it's a lot right now. But give it other tasks that bring you joy, not tasks that make you upset and angry. And maybe it's just me. Now, projects are like little mini brains in your account. So there is a professional version of Bethanie, and then there's like the Ghetto Family Friends version of Bethanie that spawns a little bit different. So I could have personal Bethanie, that's that brain, and I could also have professional Bethanie, that's that brain. So I have custom instructions in that project. So it's like an individual project with its own instructions of how I want it to respond. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, there are other use cases. You can create videos in Sora. Sora is a ChatGPT thing. There's other video engines that you can use that use AI. The instructions matter in this case. So the instructions, if you say I want a woman that's stylish walking down the street, it might be a woman walking down the street and there's literally no buildings and there's a taxi like right here. So you can, for that case, I would always use the microphone. Operator is crazy boots. You have to have the $200 a month account for Operator, but this is what Operator can do. Anything you can do on the web, Operator can do it for you. So you can say, go to LinkedIn, look for these jobs with these positions, but I want you to look for something in the description that says artificial intelligence or AI. If there is a salary that's over 150K, it's remote and you can quick apply, just apply for me. If it's not, then go ahead and put it in a spreadsheet, add the hiring manager, get her LinkedIn profile, put that in the spreadsheet, and send me an email when you update the spreadsheet. And if you have my resume and there's an email, just send the resume. And oh, before you send the resume, I want you to put the company name in Perplexity, her name, her title, the job description, the details, and create a cover letter, then send the email. It's all on the web. So Operator can do anything that you can do on the internet for you automatically. You're applying for jobs, not saying you do that, just saying if you wanted to, you could do that and not do that. Reasoning is great for when you leave here and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be an AI expert and I'm gonna talk to my boss, and you say, I'm gonna talk to you about doing this position. It's a combination of this role and I want you to combine the two. You can put into ChatGPT, this is what I wanna do, this is what I'm thinking about saying, this is her title, this is how she recognizes me, what are the risks, how is she gonna process everything, what are reasons she would say no, and what reasons she say yes. Then we can think about that on our own. It just takes longer. And there's things that we have unconscious bias, we have all these experiences, and we don't even know what we don't know, so we won't come up with every scenario. Okay, so we're not here to get better at AI, remember? We're here to make AI make us better. Okay, so now let's go through a couple of tools. Perplexity I use for market research, validating assumptions, getting sources. You get citations and sources for every single search you do. So this has kind of replaced what we used to use Google for, and we're like, hey, I'm looking for this thing. You're like, you look at the first one, you're like, oh, well, that's a good, and then you go back and look at the third page, and oh, okay, I like that part. And you're going back and forth, and 5 hours later, you're like, what was I looking for? You're not even like in Google anymore. You're like, how did I get here? So I use it for that. So here's Perplexity, and I said, hey, I'm gonna start selling to this new person. It's supplier diversity. Their titles are this. I want you to tell me demographics, psychographics, and also tell me what their challenges are, because I've never sold to them before. Well, they lack supplier diversity data. Here's demographics, here's psychographics. They have difficulty identifying suppliers. They have inability to verify supplier diversity. They're facing increased scrutiny and legal risks. Here are some of the roadblocks. Now see the sources? These are all the sources it found. I don't have my little laser. It's like right there in the middle. All the sources that it found in the answers. It's still going to the internet. So you still have to verify the sources are valid, but you don't have to find them. It's like, here's the answer, this is where I got the answer. So if something in that doesn't look right, you're like, they all look great, but this number 3, I was like, then you look at it. And if it's not valid in that source, then you don't use it. Okay, so then it's just giving me more stuff. And then I said, hey, I want you to create a supplier diversity. I want you to create a leader. And they said, well, what do you want, a man or a woman? I was like, a woman. Okay, meet Diane Richardson. AI person, fake person, doesn't exist. Diane Richardson has some cute little hair. She's got some blue nails. This is her background. This is her education. She cares about social justice and economic equity. It's giving me a profile for my avatar that I have never met. So when I was in sales, when I worked at IBM, we would have to, every call we went into, we'd have to look at their 10K, we'd have to look at their financial statements, we'd have to do all this background. And this was like when the internet was kind of early, so it wasn't easy to find this information. And then you had to print it. It's like 500 pages, and you're like, you ready for the meeting? Uh-huh. No. And you're reading through all this stuff. I can do this in 5 minutes. We have a mega prompt that basically says, I put the person's name, their title, and their company, and it does everything for me. It tells me their competitive position, where they are in the market, what threats they have economically and politically, all these things that might not have to do with me, but it has to do with whether or not they say yes. So it does have to do with me. So the more information I have, the better. Gamma is free for 400 credits, which is about 80 different slides, and I can create a presentation based on a single sentence prompt. So you can also copy and paste, you can also upload presentations and make them prettier. So I'm saying I'm gonna present to women business owners. I have 30 minutes to talk about how AI can save them money and save them time, make them money and save them time. It gives me slides and I'm like, oh, these are okay, but I wanna add a slide here. And then I also don't like how this slide is positioned, so I really wanna change that. And oh, by the way, it's gonna give me some templates so I can choose the color. It's like, you're a work girl, do you like pink? I'm like, whatever, I'll change it to black later. And then it gives me this presentation, understanding artificial intelligence, defining AI, boosting revenue with AI, saving time with AI, effective AI tools and technologies, all of these things. it took me longer to explain it than it did to actually do it. Free 99. Okay, so motion. Huh? Free 99. Free 99. So then, has anybody ever used a project management tool? Trello, Asana, yeah, me too. They don't work. I thought it was the tool, but apparently it's the Bethanie. But this tool actually works with the Bethanie. So the challenge is we're on meetings with clients, we're on meetings with our team, we're on meetings with our boss, and we're like, oh, it's Monday, I can get that by Friday. Surely I can get that done by Friday. Well, guess what we're not looking at? Our calendar. So what Motion does is it takes my to-do list and it puts it on my calendar. And then if I don't have time, I committed to something by Friday, and it's like, guess what, sis? Next Wednesday. What? They're like, there are no more hours in your day. So you said you were gonna work out. You wanna skip working out? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just do that instead. And then it puts everything on my calendar for me. And then it says, oh, by the way, your team has 3 hours open. You sure you gotta do this? And I was like, oh, are you throwing shade, Motion? Yes, I can do this. So does anybody have an AI note taker? Thank you. Yeah, that's meh. But this one is, it looks at takeaways, pain points, interests, and it reads nonverbal communication. Apparently, science says 93% of communication is nonverbal and only 7% is verbal, but what do we listen to? 7%. So it also automates your follow-up. So on this side, it says outcomes, next steps, conversation starters. It says Bonnie talked 9% of the time, had 90% engagement. These are her pain points. These are her interests. Jasmine talked 6% of the time, was engaged 87% of the time. These are her pain points, these are her interests. Now, they didn't hop on and be like, hi, I'm Bonnie, my pain points are this and this and this and this and this and this and this. My interest is this. So on the other side, it also automates follow-up and connects to my CRM, all this stuff. On this side, where it's green and there's circles and smiles and nods, where it's blue, someone's talking. But you see the little part where it's red, they're distracted. So I can see if they're not paying attention, and if my whole team is red, I can click on that part of the video, and it's when I'm talking about this. Can your note taker do that? $29 a month. So now I got it because it does the summary and it does the AI follow-up. So it says, these are the key takeaways from the meeting. Do you want me to send it to everybody on the team? Oh, do you want me to put it into your CRM? And also, you said you were gonna meet Thursday at 2. Do you want me to send a meeting invite and a calendar to those people on the call? Copilot. I'm kidding. I love Copilot. Okay, so these are AI headshots that I did. So I had some crazy ones, but I don't have a lot of time, so you're not gonna see the crazy ones. So the one up there that's in the far left, like I was super slim, and I was like, I eat a little bit more than that. And they gave me the one, I was like, one less belly roll, please. And then I don't know what I'm selling up in the corner. I don't know if it's Cavassier or cigars. Like, I don't know what's going on. But they have my face. Like, for the most part, it's my face. How crazy is that? Okay, so we just touched on a couple of tools. Oh, sorry. Oh, it takes a minute. I don't even have enough time to explain that, but I can figure out how to explain to you. What? Go back? What? I don't know what you want me to do. You're gonna get the slides. Huh? So, I don't know if you know, I'm kind of cheap. So what we did was we used a tool called FAL. It's F-A-L. It connects to GitHub, which is kind of this technical place that technical people go. But you don't have to pay a monthly fee for the headshot. So most of these headshot things is like $69 a month. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna get as many as I can and cancel. But for this one, you use tokens and credits, and it uses GitHub in the background. So it'll be like, I'm gonna create 2 images, but why I like this one is because I gave it my face, and then I found headshots that I liked, and I said, put my face in this scene. So that's why I liked it, but apparently I'm just not suited for all of them. It's not the best look. Okay, so I need you to do me a favor. I said you were gonna get the slides. If you open this, it's gonna ask some questions. It's very simple. You have smiley faces and frowny faces. No frowny faces, I'm gonna find you. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I can't do better unless I know better. So if you can just take 1 minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. It's super simple. Smile, 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 submit. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna pressure you. When you're done, just look up so I know I can keep going. The microphone is here. We're gonna have questions in a minute. Just letting you know. If the QR code doesn't work, it's talk, I can't see it, hold on. Talk.ac/bosslady. I know I need to make different grown-up choices, but /bosslady. And you put in WOP25. Wow. That's a good song. Wow, 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 wow. My daughter's in the audience. I have to embarrass her. It's my job as a parent. She's supposed to be sitting around taking pictures. Are you getting pictures of me? Do you have pictures of these women? Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, hold on. All right, so this is the challenge that I'm going to challenge you with. If you are a leader and you're in an organization that is not adopting AI, you have to advocate for your team. They have to learn this as a skill. You have to learn this as a skill. You don't have to master it. You just got to know more than everybody else. And that's not a lot right now. So you have a window of opportunity where you can know more than they do and put whatever position you want to create and define that. So when Glenda was talking about Amex and roles were created for her, you can do that with this. I don't care if you like technology or not. You don't have to be technical. You are all probably way more qualified than I am to ask for more money to get major, major bonuses and increases. And I know things are uncertain. I know things are tight. I know we don't know what's going on with the world. But this is a skill that makes you competitive. And no one has your skill and your unique perspective but you. So you layer this on top of that, and you're unstoppable. I'm not gonna sing Unstoppable. You must not know about me. I'm not. So, it's late, y'all. And I know, I was afraid you were gonna fall asleep. It's the afternoon. So the future is not AI. AI is here in the present. Like, it is now. It is happening now. But what I want you to know is how you take these next steps is up to you. We are in a moment that I think is up to us to define history. I think this is our time and our generation to deal with everything that's going on, and how we move will change history. Period. And if you want to have influence, power, control, all those things, not saying they're important, but they are, then you can use AI as leverage. And it's not hard to learn. I promise you it's not hard. If I can learn it, anybody can learn it. But it will be a force multiplier. It will change every industry, every person, every role. And if you have people on your team that are trying to learn AI and your organization doesn't support it, figure out a way to support them, because you will risk losing them. Because there are plenty of organizations that are looking for people to learn AI, and they're paying for them to learn AI. And if you're not moving, your competition is. Oh, I keep feeling like they're cutting off my mic. It's like the hook. So, that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay! Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, questions? My shot clock was like out like 5 minutes ago. So I know they're like, you gotta go. But we're late, everybody's behind. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, so if we don't have time for questions, I'll be hanging out. I'll be here. We're gonna get kicked out in a minute. So I'll be in the hallway and I'll be at happy hour at the party. Hey.
Hi, Bethany. My name is Ekholm. I am the Chief of Staff to the Senior Vice President of Product Marketing at Dell. And he has been leading the AI modernization for the past year at Dell, and I've been a part of that. So what you've done here is just fantastic, because I think this is really important for us to learn, especially as Black women. He always says, if you are not learning AI, you're going to be left behind.
Yes.
My question to you is, we know that AI is powerful today, even with what you just shared. In the next 5 years or so, as you're thinking about agents are the future of AI. What are some innovative opportunities that you see agents unlocking? There are simple things like, I don't know, using Alexa to order things for you, just on our personal basis. Right. But I think we need to start thinking beyond to see what more innovative opportunities that agents can unlock. And have you thought about that, and what are some examples?
So I think agents, remember, are the things that can solve multi-step complex problems, and you can program that or tell it what to do. So if you think about things that are happening, if it's business, the customer experience and work and all the things that involve the customer experience. If you look at problems, how can you escalate? How can that experience be better? There's so many areas in business and our organizations that there are just bottlenecks, and it's not the best. So you can use AI to kind of automate these pathways or this journey to get from I have a problem to I don't, or I have a process that's slow to it's efficient, just to make that process better. But if you look about it, if you look for it in your life, so we just did something where we had built an agent that looked on Facebook Marketplace for stuff that was for free, did an analysis for how much those things would go for based on the condition, analyzed the picture of the condition, and then posted it on another website, ordered a courier, picked the thing up for free, delivered it to a warehouse, had somebody at the warehouse take a picture, then it listed that new picture for free and had the courier pick it up and exchange the money. Wow. Like, that's just, it's the internet. Yeah. And the varying levels of information, like for that, the agent had to have like credit card information because it had to be able to like pay the courier. So there's things like that if you can use the internet, you can automate it. Yeah. And if you can tell it what to do, it can be automated. So there's so much possibility. I don't know if that answered your question, though.
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gail Guest-Brown. I'm an executive leadership coach, and I believe in AI. I mean, I know it's here. I used it to create a deck when I was going to give a speech somewhere, and it created the deck for me. So it's amazing. But what I wonder about and what I worry about is companies are using AI now for recruiting and talent acquisition and all that. And we know AI is just big data.
Right.
And big data has stereotypes in it, it has biases in it. And how do we put things in place so that we're not replicating racism in these big data queries?
So there's ways that, in HR specifically, there's cases where they've stripped out names, they've stripped out anything that's identifying, because there is bias, and it is unconscious, and Amazon did the same thing where they thought they had programmed automation, and they actually programmed bias.
Right.
And they're like, huh, a lot of white men. That's weird. So I think that when it's coming to hiring and it being truly a level playing field, we have to make sure that there's checks and balances in that process, and it's gonna have to be human and AI, otherwise we don't know the AI is working.
The funny thing about it is my company was doing that, and the person they hired to look at the bias in AI was a white woman. I'm like, come on now.
No.
What?
No.
Right?
Yeah, so I think it cannot be 100% AI, and it's not ever gonna be 100% AI. We're gonna have to incorporate that into, it's supposed to make us better, it's supposed to help us do our job better, but it's never gonna be all, well, hopefully, in our lifetime, it's never gonna be all AI and no human. So I don't think you can cut human out completely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm offended as a short person for the size of this mic.
Gotta make it real quick.
Yeah. Hi, Bethany. You're going to be my new best friend. My name is Charmaine Williams.
I don't have a lot of friends, so yay.
My name is Charmaine Williams. I work for AT&T. I'm actually director over generative. Thank you. Over generative AI. So I would really love to connect with you.
Yeah.
A couple things. I think this presentation was fire. What you did, I have never seen.
I told y'all. I've been messaging all of y'all.
You have.
You coming?
I have never seen a standing ovation in one of these sessions. So I haven't seen it. So kudos, flowers to you.
Thank you.
But what you really did is you humanized AI for all of us. One quick question, because I have to make it quick. You use Claude, and there's different tools to use for different purposes.
Yes.
But one thing I didn't notice in your presentation was how you personally use Claude instead of ChatGPT, and what would be that use for it?
So I use Claude for copy, because Claude sounds more human, and Chat is now almost like you can see it if somebody's using
You
it
can detect
and they
it.
didn't modify it. So I love Claude from anything that has to do with copy, anything that has to do with a personal response that doesn't sound like it's AI. I just think it sounds more like a person.
So you'd use Claude to refine maybe a response you got from ChatGPT and then run it through Claude?
So sometimes I use Perplexity, then I put it into Chat to make it better, and I put it into Claude to make it done.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. Gotta go.